I wonder if Melancholy Gamer. Yeah, but is it? DMC? Nope. What is it? Yeah. Is the Melancholy Gamer music royalty free?
There's the Google Doc. Yes. Where's the other Google Doc? Yes.
Okay. Well, at least it's up and live.
Yeah.
So.
Should open my shits too. The second sole use for Microsoft Edge. The first use was to download Google Chrome.
What is it? Come on, Cleo.
The second use is
I heard a meow, so I was like, I didn't know where the fuck she was.
I also heard a meow. There's definitely no Cleo behind you, though.
No, I can't see her. I don't know where she is. Maybe she's in the hallway? I don't know.
There's gonna be just like an I Spy. It's like, where's Cleo in this frame?
Yeah, right. It's like a Blue's Clues.
I found a Cleo. Well, Cleo's like, no.
You haven't found me yet, bitch. Hold on. What the fuck? Oh, the Fire Emblem Heroes like has like a band spring remix. What the fuck?
Oh yes, Kraken's music. Yeah.
Well, there's no music on it, but like it's neat because as soon as I play it, I know the music is there. She is. Cleo, what are you doing? Cleo, come back. Oh.
It's okay.
6 days ago. No, it's past April Fool's, so I don't know. Weird. Then let's just do some chill hop, I guess. I don't know. Like I keep feeling like a lot of these big musics where it's just like plays like the what is it called? It plays like the long like 1 hour chill hop or whatever.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's ever like royalty free or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I know Ash used one of those during her streams, like when she was doing the crafting stuff, and I don't think we had any trouble with that.
Yeah.
I do remember the last time we did do that, actually.
Okay, well, maybe we'll just do this one. Yeah, I'll just try this one. Keep it on. Tweech, Servibot, that's fine. I always want mod controls on. What the fuck is wrong with you? Always have mod controls on.
What a question. Man, I'm trying to remember how long it was when we did that stream.
Which?
Ash's crafting stream.
It's been a while.
It was. Like, it had to have been after October, November, because it was a...
Oops, that's not what.
It should have been a Extra Life promise, I think.
No. Did you want to have your camera on, or did you just want to be voice?
Yeah, I can do camera for that.
If you, I'm just asking you. If you want, if you don't, that's fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
put me in there, coach.
Okay, let's see if I can do that. Hold on.
Yeah, here's gonna be the part where now your camera's gonna fight for Discord or a webcam source. Although I suppose the only benefit of you having video access on Discord would be for my benefit, in which case that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, hold on.
I can see your. Oh god, there's me.
I know. The only problem is like.
Oh right, I gotta say.
I gotta do something, because it's screen grabbing.
Whoa.
It's screen grabbing what I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well.
So if I do full screen, nope, that doesn't work. Oh, what was that dumb? What was that dumb
I have
thing?
no camera control, so it's gonna be a nice wide angle, unless you want to just crop me or something.
I'm trying to crop you, and that's the only problem.
What was it? It's like if you hold down Alt, or if you hold down Control.
I'm gonna try Alt first.
Yeah.
Oh, in OBS. I'm gonna try
Yes,
that.
yes.
Hold on. Let's just lock everything else before I start fucking around with it. Hi.
Oh.
Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, I can't even see though because there's a Discord window over your face right now.
I know. She was meowing for one of us. She was sitting upstairs. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is very weird.
No, that's cool.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
It's slightly.
Hello,
see-
little Cleo. Hello. Pet, pet, pet. Peach, peach, pet. Peach, peach, pet.
Yeah. Yeah, fire up.
You're okay. Here, I'll move you into frame a little bit. Here you go. Here you go, Cleo. Just for you. Just for Cleo's.
Fire a beam of light across my face so that Ash has light for crafting. Oh, that's right in my face. Aim that high. That's just pure.
All right, there
red
you
light.
go. That's the best I can do.
Okay.
And then for you, I'll just do window capture.
Okay.
But what I'll do is I'll do something else. I'll add. What is it?
If my lighting is shiny, it's fine.
I'll do display capture. Is that the one I want? No, browser. That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. I want.
The other thing you could do is if you want to just crop me in even more, just because like I got a whole lot of widescreen and nothing.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see. Put something in the background first.
Yes, we should do that also.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Window
World
capture.
building.
World building.
World building.
Yeah. Window capture. Let's see. Internet. Question mark, question mark. Okay. And then let's do Chrome. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want.
Whoa, so many windows.
I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
I know. And then we go
Whoa.
roll 20.
We're going in time now.
Okay. Let's do that. Then launch game. Okay. Hopefully that works. Okay. There's that.
Yeah.
It's weird because like. Oh wait. Shit.
Oh, you know what happened? It's also because you resized the Discord window, so your original crop is all biffed again. That's okay. We're just having a good time, you know.
Hold on. I think I've got it. I think I got what I need for it because that one's there and it is keeping a crop. So I'll just that. Scroll that over a little bit. Come over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the shits. There. Why are you so down there? Oh, that's why, because of you.
Yeah. Usually I find that happens when you resize whatever window that you have showing, like especially like Discord, for example. And then you have to readjust the crop.
That's weird though.
Yeah. Well, it's just I guess it's a pixels thing. I guess.
I have honestly no idea, my dude.
Yeah, just resize that, and then don't touch it ever. The other, oh, you know what the other thing could have been is, did you move it from one monitor to another?
Yeah. So this,
Yeah.
so yours, so your webcam is actually on monitor 2, and then
Yeah.
all of this over here is on monitor
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. I know that happens when when I drag like a window, like a Discord window, from one monitor to the other, because my monitor 2 is a 1080, and then my monitor 1 is a 4K.
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
then the moment you slide it over, the resolution is like drastically different. So
Okie dokie.
yeah.
Well,
The only other thing I would say is,
what?
you go first. You go first. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm just setting up all the different.
Okay. Yeah. The only other thing I would say is, don't worry about getting the full window for me. Like, feel free to crop out the living room.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
My window's bigger than yours, and that's uncomfortable for me.
meh. Let's see here. Is it that? No, it's Alt. It's Alt. Altus.
Yeah.
There we go. How's that? There you
Crop
go.
that shit in. Yeah. There we go.
There we go. How's that? Is it a
I
little
don't-
better for
yeah.
you?
Yeah. No, I don't feel
Right.
so awkward now.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I
All
don't,
right.
I don't deserve more space than you. Who am I?
Meh.
I'm just a dude talking.
Just
I don't have
two
to do
dudes
shit.
being guys. Guys being dudes.
Guys been dudes.
Dudes being guys. Okay, so there's an encounter that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and I left myself a little bit of an asterisk. So basically, where it says Encounter 1, Part 1, so the ambush party consists of 6 bandits, 2 of which are archers. And so I've written it just like as if you were also going to be reading this. So then it's like, after all the players have done their first turn, whichever archer comes first after all the players, it will shoot an arrow that will be whistled, which will result in reinforcements. So like it's just basically, like one of those Nerf guns where it's like done.
Yeah. No, that's a thing. You can add bandits depending on how. Man, bandits were my bread and butter in all my level 1 games. It's like, I just need some a-holes for the people to destroy.
Yeah.
Basic bitch humans who are bad.
Yeah, that's basically it. And then I was like, add 3 to 5 bandits per player.
What level are your guys starting at? Are they starting at level 1?
Level 3.
Okay.
So they're all level 3s. So like they can do things. And I'm not saying that they can't, I'm just saying they can.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Anonymous Wolverine? What the hell? Oh, I think I know what that is.
I'm trying to pull up a... there's an SRD. Yes. So you're playing 5th edition, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so what I got... I'm only doing 2 hours tomorrow because my friend Vic, he double booked because he had a lunch with in-laws. So, unfortunately. But that's okay, there's no problem with that. So we'll just do a 2-hour session, which I'm trying to see how far I can get, but I need to plan just in case. But either...
As long as your team knows that there's a 2-hour time frame, they should generally know to not fuck around too badly.
No, I don't think so either. And we got through most of the got through most of like talking and like the setup, which mainly was what bless you, which was basically everything beforehand. I should put up World Anvil. Yeah.
Creatures. Highway bandit.
Yeah.
Armor class. Hit point.
I was also going to be doing... What was it? Oops, too many. Where the fuck is it? Cobalt Fight Club. Where the fuck is that? There we go. Hello? Really?
Wow. I'm trying to remember. Just like I remember I had stats for Pathfinder, which was slightly different numbers. And I'm trying to remember what bandits were worth. Like I think they were worth 1/3, like challenge rating. So it's weird for me to see like a challenge rating of 1/8.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just looking at like bandit NPC on an SRD. I don't know if this is the official. Oh, this Legend Lore core rulebook.
Yeah, so like bandits, like there you go. So it shows the source, basic rules or monster manual 343.
Yeah.
And so basically what you can do is you can just add whatever and then just go off of that.
Yeah. I'm looking at the wrong Theory? No. Monster manual.
But yeah, so basically what they're going to be doing is that I'm going to add 3 to 5 bandits per player. And the reason why I say 3 to 5 is because I don't know how well they're going to fight the first initial 6 that's going to hit. And if they do it really well, then yeah, I'm going to go on the higher end of 5 per. So that's going to be 20 in total because it's a party of 4.
Yeah.
And then the second part of it. So in the second part of this first encounter, it says after reinforcements, the party will have 3 full rounds of combat until they are captured magically by brambles, and then.
Oh, so this is a time thing. So either they knock them out, or we're gonna keep going.
Yeah. So because my assumption was like, okay, if in the first part of this battle, they dispatched a bandit, maybe 2 per one of their turns, then that means I'm only going to be left with at least 2.
Okay.
If they each kill 1.
Yeah. So are you kind of intending for them to be in a hopeless fight? Is that what you're doing with this?
No, I'm not actually. I'm giving the chance to do 2 things. I'm going to be. I know you can't see my hand over here because I'm basically this is the spot for Cleo. But basically I'm giving them chance. That's why 3 full rounds. So if they do 3 full rounds and they kill 1 bandit per turn, on the high end, that's literally 8 bandits.
That's a lot. That's a lot of killing in 3 turns.
Yeah.
It's doable.
It's 12. It's 12 bandits. Sorry, 12 bandits.
How many players?
4.
Okay. So if they literally kill, if each person downs a bandit per turn, which actually is not overly feasible. Like everyone gets 1 turn, unless everyone's expecting to do 11 points of damage every round, which is a lot to ask for, kind of.
Yeah, it's like at least 11 points of damage with an AC of 12.
Yeah.
So like, really, they're capable of doing it.
It's not impossible, but more than likely there's going to be a few people left over. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why there's going to be a difference. So that's why if they can, so that's why I said win conditions. So if the party unsuccessfully does have more than 3 bandits alive after 3 full rounds of combat, depending, the party will be magically bound by brambles and driven into the ground and sent to a jail in Chapter 2. At this point, skip to Chapter 2, which is going to be the rooms. And then how I listed it is that the rooms are listed top to bottom, left to right. So on the map in D20 that I put, so I go left to right and just go all the way down, which actually cool enough. I actually have my Steam game called Dungeon Alchemist, which allows me to
like build maps.
Yeah, build maps like straight up.
Yo, okay.
And it even has like VBT and stuff like that. So so it does build for virtual tabletops kind of thing.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can go back.
So your players know not to watch the stream right now, right?
I have no idea if they are. I doubt it, but I really hope they don't. I really hope they don't.
Probably won't.
So like for example,
They probably won't.
Can I open this? Hello, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show. Steam? No, that doesn't work. I'm trying to show this on stream for a quick sec.
Yeah. What do you set that up? I'm gonna pick your brain. I'm just trying to get a sense of what kind of campaign we're running. So this is your you've run campaigns before, right? Or is this your first campaign?
Well, this is the restart of the first that I did.
Okay. Oh, I know that feeling. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is
Okay.
are these the same players from that first campaign?
Yep,
First
same
time around?
players.
Oh
So-
my god,
so-
that's beautiful.
So this you can do inside of Dungeon Alchemist, and all of these are procedurally generated. So you can just make
Oh.
a size of a room, and it would generate whatever in that size of a room. This is someone doing like a
cool.
large single floor castle.
Yeah.
You can even put doors however you like, however large you want, things like that. So
Yeah.
it's just neat. And then you can also do like top down, so you
Yeah.
can actually show that. This is more of not the forced, but this is like the 3 points, so you can still see a 3D aspect of it.
Yeah.
I find it a little hard because sometimes the squares don't match up with D20 right off the bat.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Or you can do some like experimental stuff, which you can make your own
Yeah.
excuse yeah
Diagonals.
diagonals and stuff like
Living
that.
life dangerously.
Yeah, I tried doing it once, and it didn't turn out well. You can even
Yeah.
like terraform your own walls if you want to, and that still works as well.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's come along quite a bit. Like it just released, and I've been beta testing this for nearly half a year.
Oh, okay.
So it's gotten to quite some time. It's not in beta; it's actually full released. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of mind blowing for me because like I've never played tabletop like online. Like I know it works. I know like a lot of people do it, especially nowadays. But for me, like everything I did was like on not even, it was just on paper in a clipboard. So it was all just sketched out or whatever. So when I'm looking at like these really intense like map setups, like mine was just lines with like notes of like bad guys come
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah, so like I said, top down, left and right. So basically, this is room 2, room 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. So I'm thinking to get them to still go through the entire dungeon, regardless if they go into the actual entrance, which is room 7. I was thinking of either putting them in one of these 2 rooms, so they have to travel through. And so
Okay.
to
so,
write,
So you're like guiding them through like every room of this dungeon.
if they want.
Okay.
So that's why with room 1 and room 2, I just put as whatever. So probably with room 3 that I've written, I'm just probably going to be here and be like storage room or storage room and then bandits. Or if you have skipped from chapter 1, go bandits.
So here's a question for you. I'm just looking at your win condition situation. So if they time out and the party gets magically bound by brambles, how hard are you just gonna be like, nope, you got caught? Or it's like everyone's like, well, what about my saving throw? And he's like, no, fuck your saving throw, you got caught.
It's literally, well, because we have a ranger as well as a fighter and a warlock, and we also have a druid that is from the Circle of the Moon. So like already mechanically, they already have buffs to being ambushed and being doing something with. I want to say with like with their preferred territories and shit like that. So really none of them can't be caught off guard if it's magic. So I'm like, magical brambles, done.
That's what I'm saying, because like I know some players they'll roll with this like, okay, this is just the plot guiding me, because otherwise it's like you run the risk of a player like, I feel like your team is probably, they're pretty forgiving
To a point, yeah.
being so they'll roll with it, but I definitely can think of some people where it's like, wait, don't I get a saving throw for this? Like, even a really tough chance is still a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
To roll to avoid the brambles. That's why I still laugh. I did that one time with one of my games was they had to go deal with a wizard NPC who was gonna send them on quests and shit like that. But basically he was like to steal a term from World War Z, he was a lame-o, like last man on Earth. So he lived out in the middle of nowhere. He didn't trust people. He had like traps all around his house, shit like that. So the idea was, as they got close to his house, they would set off a magical like trap that would cast web. So I was just like, I just figured, okay, he's pretty high level, so this trap is going to be at least this level, which is already a tough roll to beat. And they were only level like 1, maybe 2 at this point. And click, web blasts out. All right, you guys, make reflex save, and is the fucking like high AC tank fighter is the one that did the saving throw, the reflex saving throw.
Oh, weird.
To avoid
okay.
the web. Every single other player got caught, and I just laughed. I laughed at that he's the one that ducked, and then of course he's still like on his belly underneath the web while everyone else is trapped in it, so he can't really do anything with it anyways. And of course, like, the wizard then pops out with like a damn like wand at the ready to like just set the whole thing on fire if he feels like he needs to.
Yeah.
Because like web is extremely flammable. It causes X damage. Like, excellent, good. So I just laughed that he was the one that survived, that got his reflex saving throw to not get caught in the web. So that's just what I think of when I see the magic brambles.
Okay.
So if they're the kind of people who just like, okay, and then we got caught because that's what has to happen so that we can progress the story, then okay, cool. But if you get the real sticklers, they'll just be like, oh, so you're railroading us. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. All right.
Well, it's like what my friend Mary was telling me is that like if you want to railroad them, just do the fake railroad where you give them 3 choices, but they all have the same.
Yep.
All have the same thing. Or if you want to do it one further, do 3 going into 7, but going back to 3 and then back to railroad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's definitely ways to do it, so I'm just curious to see how your method would be. Like, I know my method was like, I'll give them an unfair chance, but there is still a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna bank on the gods to make this run smoothly, and then inevitably someone nails it. I'm just like, all right, that's what it's just contingency plan after contingency plan, just so that you can still get to where you need to go. I mean, there's always ways to do that. It's like what's the skill, like check motive or whatever. Basically,
insight. It would be insight.
Right. Okay, for 5th edition. So that's like the lie detector skill, right?
Yep.
And that's the greatest skill because when an NPC lies and they get caught, all you need to do is just put on another lie. Is that evil to say out loud? Kinda, but I mean that's also just. Well, I just remember that, like what would happen? The guy's like, I want you guys to come with me. I got this big score. If we get into this thing, and this is like, I don't believe you. It's like, all right. It's not just a big score. I also have a friend that was captured there, which is like true, and all that. And it's like, I don't trust you. All right, it's not more. It's more than that. Also, this person has wronged us in the past, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be all fine. We'll all have an equal share. And they're like, I still don't believe you. It's like, all right, fine. I was kind of planning on taking more share for myself, but I see you're feeling that way, so I can probably work something out. And there's always another level where you can, okay, you got me. This is actually what's going on, and it's just a half truth on half truth on half truth.
Oh, that's weird, but yeah, I get it.
I'm trying to remember the last time like eventually you'll get one half truth that will satisfy them, as in like, all right, we've nailed this guy to the wall enough times, right? We've figured him out, but there's always got to have that extra thing if that's what the situation requires.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's a guy that is going to talk them into a trap. It's just like, okay, it's actually going to be a lot more dangerous than I thought. You guys just seem like people that could handle this kind of situation, ignoring the fact that it's actually a full-on trap. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely the fun of this kind of game. I was laughing. Our friend from the streams, Undead.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing like a one-on-one game with one of their friends, and I remember they got super stressed out because they were like trapped in a situation, literally no means of escape except they had a wish.
Yeah.
And she was just like, no, we need to continue this because I need to word this wish perfectly. And I'm just like, I feel like you're overthinking this. It's like, no, but what if I say this and they literal genie me and do something else? I was like, they could, yeah. I don't think they will because they want you to go through with the story. I don't think they're gonna try to catch you. But she was real stressed out about that.
Jesus.
Like a whole week I was like, no, I need to word this wish perfectly so that nothing weird happens. But also I was like, but then if something weird happens, then more shenanigans happen, and it's great storytelling and it's fun. Like, don't worry about it, just roll with it. I was like, no, I gotta do this perfectly.
So the whole thing that we're doing right now, I'm not sure if you have had me.
I've got the doc right now, yeah.
The which?
I think the doc opened up on my side too.
Okay. So the thing is like, I haven't really told you the whole arc. Of course, and I'm gonna doubly make sure that whoever's in chat is not who I think it is. Where do I do that from here? Where is that? There it is. Yeah. Users in chat.
If the users in chat are who we are, then I think you're okay.
Do we actually have that many people watching? No way.
That's gotta be bots.
That seems a little sus.
This is like a lot of bots. It's probably bots. But for everyone who's not bots, hello, welcome. We are talking about tabletop today, and we just chilling.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look at, like, it says the users, like when I click users in chat.
Curious to see if they're...
And there's like a long fucking list.
It's like created March 22nd, 2022. Oh yeah. February 3rd, 2022.
Yeah, that's...
Right. Well, we'll see if anyone tries to spam weird shit, in which case we'll deal with it then. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Well, alright. Either way, there it is. So the D&D, so basically the whole thing is that this arc is called the first piece, and I haven't named my campaign yet because as soon as I name it the Pieces of 8, they're gonna instantly know how the rest of the story is gonna go. Like, as soon as it, because Allison and Brittany, which two players, they've actually read the actual tale of the Pieces of 8 that's sort of related, that was done off of the Pirates of the Caribbean. So the actual old English tale, or the old sailor's tale of the Pieces of 8. Right.
Okay. So that is your inspiration for this campaign.
Yes. So the whole thing is that they're going to collect either 7 or 9 pieces. I have yet to decide, and they're going to come back when one of the disasters are happening, and they're going to go use these pieces to go into the portal, and it's going to stabilize it like a Stargate, and go to the Fae realm, and they're going to go fight a god, basically.
Fun.
And so that's what the whole thing is. But
Okay.
they have to go all around the realm and get those 7 or 9 pieces.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with you on that. Actually, like when I was running my game, I literally planned week by week.
Mm.
Like I had a general idea of what I wanted to do with it, but like for the most part, like I was just writing for the next session. Like my whole thing was basically two major powers, and there's a big neutral ground in the middle, and that's where all the adventures take place because it's like lawless. But then there's someone trying to stir up war and like destabilizing the whole area for whatever reasons. Like basically it was just personal reasons. I'm sure they just like wanted everyone to burn.
Right.
So the campaign was going to be about like preventing this big war from breaking out. And I mean, maybe it would have. I don't know. That's all I knew is that this is the one character building up an army of their own in this wild land, and these other two nations either trying to understand if there is someone doing that or if it's just the other nation doing the thing, and you in the middle being like, I don't want that. That's gonna be a pain in the ass in my life.
Yep.
Or maybe more altruistic reasons. I don't know.
Ugh, sorry, it was just my wrists were starting to hurt.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Because I'm like typing like this, and I'm like, no.
So that's cool that like you've actually planned this far out. Or I mean, I guess this is just.
I've only planned the first area, and that's it. And I've been creating too much fucking lore for the first area, and I'm like, they're gonna have to go all around the realm. You need to create something else.
I mean, you create as much as you've written ahead, right?
I haven't really. I've kind of put down notes of what is going to be in this first arc, and that's it. I haven't written anything else. So like what they're okay. So to start the whole thing off is that these. I even have my own timeline. Like I even have my own set of time. Like each month is like 44 days, 45 days, and there's 8 months in a year. So it's like 358 days in a year, but like still, and I have a time system.
Okay.
Anyways, so it begins with the 4 adventures coming to Genus, and I know you'll love Genus. And so Genus is a mining town in the basin of the Torgath mountain range. And the Torgath mountain range is a range of mountains that literally span from almost one side to the other of the continent that they're on. And the continent name is Ithlor. Ithlor. Ithlor.
Yeah.
And so when almost reading directly from my campaign setting, is that when the characters are entering in the town of Genus, wherever they came from, it was a nice afternoon. Blue skies, wind on their face, easy peasy.
Yeah.
But as they're coming closer into Genus, they're noticing that the sky is starting to get darker and more gray. Even though there's no clouds in the sky, it's just getting more like a gray overcast with no clouds.
Yeah.
And it's in all directions. It's just when they're approaching Genus. When they enter in the actual town itself, I kind of showed them where it is. So if I pull up the actual, I don't think it's gonna open up. No, of course not. Because I have to do it myself on here. So Genus, the actual town map itself. So when they enter in, they enter in kind of whatever they do.
That's a cool town setup.
Yeah. So that's
I really like that.
That's what Mary, actually, my friend, did. He actually created this. This image is actually a hell of a lot bigger than you think it is.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Was this concept for the town, I guess because it's a mining town, so that's why it's dug into the ground. Was that your idea to set it up like this, or was it theirs?
No, it was mine. My idea. And so, thank you. Sorry, I was just Right. And so basically so anything in the town of Genus is starting to get gray. Now it's a mining town in the base of the Torgath mountain range. So
Yeah.
it's a mining town. And so over the years, their soil is rich. So even though they started off as a mining town, they're more known for agricultural reasons than anything. So that's why it's a little hard to see on our webcams. But basically, they have a large agricultural region. So you can go in there, go to, go into these fields and do whatever you like. Anyways, I explained to them that to the north, so on this top side, on the north, that is one way out of Genus. That's the north to the smaller town of Ramire. And then this forest is actually on the northwest region. Northeast, if you're looking at it. In this region, with this is the forest of Adania, and the forest of Adania is actually linked to a few other things later in the arc. And then to the south, we have a fortified gate that actually is the gate that goes towards the port town of Minjula. And yes,
that's so close to a South Asian name.
Oh, because I really like mint juleps from Disneyland, so I was like, why? Yeah, that's exactly why. So I was like, let's make it a port town, and I thought, instead of saying mint julep, why don't I just drop the T, min, and then instead of julep, I just went Jula.
So he named the port city Minjula for mint juleps.
From Disneyland.
From Disneyland. Ash is. I can understand why Ash is having a moment right now, because that's actually very close to her mom's name.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I was asking, when I was meeting her family and learning, it's like, okay, what are their names properly? And Ash just had to acknowledge, like, yep, mom's name, like the Simpsons character.
Huh. Well, that is
I call her Manny.
That's just a coinky dink on that one.
It is. I mean, sometimes it happens. Like fucking 1,000 years ago, my little brother had to invent a country for like elementary school projects and stuff. And he basically was like, I'm gonna take Canada, and I'm gonna take Honduras, and I'm gonna just mash the flags together, and this is my invented nation, Canduras.
Okay.
Like, when you're like, when you're 7 years old, 8 years old, you're like, I'm fucking genius. And then later, it's like when we started playing Diablo and shit, like more of that stuff. We were looking at the Metzin map that he'd written out, and there was a city called Canduras, like spelled differently.
Oh, cool.
But I was like, oh shit, because I think also later on, like in high school, I think I stole that name for a second edition D&D game that I tried to run. And I named one of the nations. You know what? I really haven't played up the rival nations thing. That's just what I do in my games. I don't know. That appeals to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's being trapped between two superpowers, and then shenanigans in here. So yeah, I remember that was one of the nations was Canduras or something like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Canada, Honduras. But then we saw that Chris Metzin also named a city. I don't know if he named the city or if he just drew the map that had the city's name.
Yeah.
I don't know how involved he was in the story, the actual storytelling at Blizzard.
Yeah. So where is it? Did I write down Minjula? Where is it? Yeah, port town of Minjula. There it is. Located off the coast of Oros. And yes, I nearly made a sea named Ouroboros, but I was like, nah, that's too candid. Let's just shorten it. Oros.
It's too on the nose.
It's too on the nose.
Fuck, do I even have my notes on my computer? I feel like shit.
Anyways, so the whole reason why everyone was brought to Genus is because it was just an open call to just do a quest, and so all the adventurers were just like, yeah, sure, I'll take up a thing. Vic, he's playing like a farmhand.
Yeah.
He's a warlock, but he basically was he was in the middle of just doing his tasks around his farm, and then he saw some shady dealings, and basically those bandits were like, "We don't want anybody seeing what we did. Kill him." And so, upon the bandits hanging Vic's character, his character's name is Honk Williams, and he has a horse named Tonka, so Honky Tonk Williams.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, seriously, that's the whole joke. That is the actual joke.
No, I get it. I mean, it depends on the group of people you're playing with, but you're gonna get names like that a lot.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
It's just it's who you play with, and that's the kind of stuff you'll get out. Like again, like back in high school when I was trying to run that game, it was like I had a bunch of people who were like brand new to tabletop and stuff, and he's just like, "Who are you gonna be?" "I'm gonna be a fighter." "What's your name?" "Hero Yui." It's like, yeah, okay.
Okay, all right, buddy.
I see you. Oh, that's the thing. Actually, my last group wasn't too bad about that. There was a couple guys who just stole all their names from MTG.
Mm-hmm.
There was another guy who stole the main character from Warhammer 40k Dawn of War.
Oh yeah.
It's straight up just like I am Gabriel Angelos.
Okay.
But the name worked really well, like because that my whole thing was all of my naming inspiration and conventions were either Greek or Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So a dude named Gabriel Angelos, yeah, that works.
I want to say, I almost want to have a spellcaster in that room, just about. Because, like, these rooms are fairly small, because, like, that's why I said 2 bandits, because, like, this is a 2x2, this is like a hallway, my dude.
Yeah, it's going to get real crowded real fast.
Yeah, so, like, I'm probably just want to do, like, 1 big guy, but, like, at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to have maybe one bandit.
Mm-hmm. So 1 spellcaster?
Yeah, maybe a spellcaster, or just, like, 1 spellcaster, something like that. But it's the last room that matters, because room 11 is the boss room.
Yeah.
So basically, anyway, so they come in and they have a task, which they've been all asked to go to a tavern called the Wizard and Chalice. I just made it up.
Yeah.
Or also randomly generated it too. And so they're supposed to come to this tavern that is closed for a special occasion. It even says closed special occasion. And so in the Adventurers District, known for legendary explorers that have survived a sunless fen. Again, I don't want to reveal everything.
Yeah.
The game did start at 9 a.m. 2 weeks ago, so I don't like info dump them, and they're gonna be like,
yeah,
what?
No, just tell them as much as they need to know, right?
It's really, that's it. And then it's like also saying that there's a neighboring workshop, and also on the other side is a little bakery run by a female elf, and there's a male dwarf armor named Rinnan, and so they see this tavern. It's a single-story, half-timbered building with a large cellar. Accommodations consist of wooden cots near the hearth, and the inn is widely known for its adventuring patrons. The innkeeper is a tall male dwarf named Horgy, not to be confused with Corgi.
Randomly generated?
No, I actually named him Horgy for a reason. It's easier to remember silly names. Like,
no, you're not wrong. I'm laughing because I scrolled all the way down. I got to items and weapons, and
oh yeah, the dildo flail. Yeah, I know.
+2 to charisma, charm rolls after striking. Who came up with this?
I don't know. I found it online, and I thought this would be funny to have in the game somewhere.
Dildo flail.
Yeah, I understand. I can. Yeah.
+2 to charisma on charm rolls after striking a creature. So you hit them and then you can charm them after you hit them. What the?
Yeah.
That's goofy.
Yeah, it is very, very goofy.
At that point, you just call it a cursed item at that point.
Yeah, but like to be honest, like look at the Dead Pirate Rogers and the Fighter's Worry Stones.
Yeah.
And the Burglar's Belt. Like that one was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they didn't really investigate, but Horgy is actually a retired thief and keeps a collection of maps and various keys. So if they go back and talk to him a little bit more, hopefully I'll get them to do like, ooh, what do you know? And things like that. Anyways.
Yeah.
So their whole task is that Horgy has sent out a task to locate a delivery that Rinnin, which is the blacksmith, sent out 3 days prior to this current meeting. And their buyer, Carl, has asked why his shipment is late. The buyer is located in Remire, which is the town north of Genus. Remire is the only large town next to Genus. Mm-hmm. Anything further takes days or weeks to reach, because it's on the edge of the Rondo Plains, or the Rond Plains. So it's like a large expanse of plains. So Rinnin has instructions with his caravan that once it reached Remire, send the attached scroll of sending, a note back to confirm that the delivery was made. Since none of that happened, Carl is upset, and it is a player's task to go find where it's gone. So Horgy will suggest that the best route is to take the north road and go to Remire. So when the party leaves, it'll take the party a single day of travel at a fast pace on foot, or half a day of travel if the party is all on horse.
Does it? Is everyone mounted, or only the
everyone found something to mount with? So I was like, great, done. And it was funny because one of the party members, Chris, he's like a 6'10" dragonborn. So like he can't ride anything. So actually, they got another horse, only one, and then they were only able to leave with like a flatbed, and he just sat cross-legged on the flatbed, and they just towed him the whole way.
That's pretty funny, actually. I mean, at that point, it's just like, could you just make a chariot for him? It's like, no.
The thing is that when the party arrives, since that's I made it with the thing. So when Rinnin sent his, I forgot his name already. Thatch. That's his name. When he sent his armor hand Thatch to Remire, he sent the whole cart, and then he just returned without the cart. He didn't like dump off the stuff because basically when he got there, he saw the guards, and the guards are like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll take it from here, and you just return or whatever. And Thatch is like, oh, okay, and that was his last run for the weekend, so he just had his weekend. So
yeah.
Anywho, and
so they
right, so they arrive to Meyer, they can see the smoke coming from the forge, and that's where they go. That's basically the storytelling of like, that's where it is, go there. And then basically they talk to Carl about what he ordered. He tells them that the caravan had 15 armors, 10 swords, 5 bows, and 90 arrows. And then if the party wants more clues of where it is, they can get it from where they are at the blacksmith. There's a guard outpost where there's guards looking at what's around the area, or go to the inn called the Indigo Cup, which is the only inn in Remire.
Yeah.
And so then the clues would be like voices at night, active cart travel at night, and a sudden flock of birds would fly from the forest canopy, just for no reason, just suddenly. So. Okay.
So reasonably, like I guess it depends how clever your team is. If they know, oh well, if you described a thing, then reasonably there's reason to wonder why that happened.
Well, that's what I did. So basically, that's why some of the clues, and that's why I need to keep in mind their passive perceptions. So just in case if they see anything or notice it, there you go. Yeah,
like you roll X or above.
Yeah. And so I even written that down, where once the parties decide to go to the forest, a DC of 10 for investigation would reveal I'm getting ahead of myself. So once the clues kind of lead them towards the forest, once they're in the forest itself, I've read that, or I've put it that if you do a DC 10 for investigation, you can reveal broken limbs and trees and scuffed branches. So it's like, okay, I can kind of see where people might have gone. A 15 would actually reveal the tracks, and they can see where the tracks are going in the forest.
Yeah.
So which leads to where they are currently. There you go.
Passive perception higher than 15, those players can sense they're being watched or prompt to fight. Nice.
Yeah, so then they get...
For 5th edition, so investigation and perception I see are two different. So I'm trying to remember if the point where I stopped playing the games, if they had an investigation type skill. I don't think there was. I think everything was looped into perception.
It was, and so basically they've split it. So what the quick way that Chris and Vic keep reminding me is that are we actively looking or can we sense it?
Okay.
And so perception is sensing it. So like you get a feel of this area where if you roll a high perception, you can feel that like something's off. You can definitely be aware of your surroundings that might be out of place. Like, why is there a lot of trees in here? You can get a sense of that. Investigation is when you're actively looking for something. So if you're on a stone wall and you do an investigation check, is there a piece of cobblestone that seems out of place? Is there a keyhole in amongst the cracks? Things like that, you know?
Yeah. Is investigation intelligence or is it still wisdom?
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe that would.
I think it's a wisdom. Hold on. Still wisdom.
I like that they split it up though, just because your players quickly learn that the trick is every 5 minutes, just like roll for perception, and then the rest of the team goes, I also roll for perception, and then inevitably, because the parties were too damn big, someone will eventually catch something.
Yeah, so perception lets you check you spot, hear, or otherwise detect a presence of something. It's like your general awareness. Yeah. While investigation checks. Oh man, why don't you do that? Piece of shit. Fucking.
There we go. Perception versus inspection. Is it inspection?
No, it's investigation.
I was just reading what your Google thing said.
Yeah, investigations like, can someone clarify the difference between, investigation checks and involves the analysis of some details to determine something that is not clear on first look. So like if you're trying to actively look for something, while perception's like, I can feel this out kind of thing.
Investigation skill. Yeah, it's intelligence check.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that that's split up. I really like that.
Yeah.
If I ever play 5th edition, I'll appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
If I ever do. I got a lot of Pathfinder books, man.
I know you do. Like, Pathfinder's like pretty good on some things. I feel like Pathfinder is the type of rule books where you have more control on the actions you do, while D&D is more of like story based and what can you do within that story. I know you both. Sorry.
I was just saying, it's just basically just trying to streamline the mechanics so that you can get to the playing, right? Yeah.
So, like, for example, like, if you want to tuck and roll through a giant's legs and you want to attack them, for something like in Pathfinder, it would be like, okay, great, give me an acrobatics check before you do your attack, because you would do your acrobatics check. Acrobatics.
Yeah,
acrobatics as your movement. And then if you clear it, great, you can go on the other side of the creature, then do your attack, and then go the rest of the way. Whereas with D&D, it is your movement. It's still your movement, and you just either the DM can either say do an athletics check, and then whether or not you actually get bound or provoke an attack first, where you just forfeit the rest of your attack, kind of thing.
Okay.
As an example.
Yeah.
And Anyway, so back to the adventure. So
Yes.
so when they find the clearing, they can actually see the cart that they've been looking for right in the middle. So that's kind of where they are right now. And so when they do that, if the players have a passive perception of higher than 15, these players can sense that they are being watched and will prompt a fight, and they will start first in their roll for initiative. If they aren't, they get ambushed and they go first.
Okay.
Very good. Depending on that. Anyway, so then we just did the thing, and then they do the fight, and then either if they win the fight, if they eliminate, so if they get down to if they beat up enough bandits and the rest of them run away and there's one left, they can actually interrogate the bandit of where their hideout is, and they can ask, take us to it or direct us where to it. And I even wrote in a little area where it's like, where they're located, the party can either kill him and retrieve a map to get there, which is low XP, or have him lead the party to the hideout with high XP. Mm-hmm. So I thought,
upon arrival, the hideout party will no longer need the bandit and may kill him.
Yep,
bro.
Yep. No, just straight up. It's a bandit. Come on.
I guess.
But the thing is, if the party lets him go, the party will not have an advantage over guards going into the hideout.
Okay. So there's no good karma reason for letting this guy go.
No, there really isn't. So if you kill him, they actually have the ability to do stealth checks when they're going through or going into it. If they don't kill him, he's going to immediately call out and be like, "Yo, some guys are trying to get us." And literally, anytime they're running through the hideout, it's not like there are doors. There's lots of closed doors in here, so you can open up these doors nice and quiet. But like with them, all the doors are open and the bandits are roaming. Like there's two paths on this.
Yeah. Okay. What are the when you get into a moral situation like this? Like, what are the alignments of your players?
Depending. Oops, I can't click that. I need to go back to there because I just had a.
You did a thing.
Yeah, no, I just because there was a message on the actual D&D Discord, so I was just making sure. I guess I'll do it on my phone.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I had my own Discord server, and it wasn't like great. It was all right. It was just a me basic smattering, and then until like Brittany was like, "Oh hey, I can do this and that," and I just relinquished my server, and now she owns my server, and then it looks 100 times better. There's like bots in it for us. There's like different colors for all of our names. Everything's reorganized, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here's another thought, though.
Yeah.
While, he's a bandit, so fuck him, of course. But what if someone used either intimidate or persuasion to be all like, you don't go that way, you get out of here and never come back?
That's actually true, because actually our fighter was actually a Pathfinder character where he rolled like a perfect roll and everything else is mediocre, and he put his perfect roll into charisma.
Yeah.
And he's like a 6'10" dragonborn. So like his whole he's a thug. Like actually his backstory is him as a mercenary for his gang, but he wanted to create it as I want him to either intimidate out of a fight versus actually fighting, and that's how we built his character.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. No, I am a big fan of high charisma characters. Like a lot of people, like they would rather put those stats into other things. But I think a lot could be said for having that kind of character. You're just like, hold on, let me deal with this. or just you're in the middle of a thing and just like you can get people on your side. Like I'm a fan of that kind of setup myself. Like if I were playing, but I know other people they don't see that as an overly mechanical stat, so they kind of they flub it. So I like that this guy, the 6'10" Dragonborn fighter, is just like, no, I'm max charisma. It's like that's cool. That's fun.
Well, the thing is that I even told him like, hey, like you can use any core rule books because we were trying to find like what rule sets can we use, and then and I'm not even kidding. I don't know if you know of this book, but our good friend Jack has made this book. That was one of the artists from this homebrew 5e, and like no joke, this character that I'm gonna open up to. Nope, that's the wrong character. That's not what I wanted. Where is it? Nope. Yeah. Nope. Still no. Still no.
I can see what my stream delay is for when you hold up this page. How long?
Yeah. There he is. Okay. So this character, who is also the character that's on the main page, is actually done by our friend Jack.
Oh fuck yeah!
The same artist that does Arcade Spirits.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah!
So like that's and this is all homebrew. So like I couldn't say no to homebrew stuff because when I'm using it my own homebrew, like it's not really fair. And I did say you can all use the current books that are also available. So anyways, long story short, he has a 20 charisma at level 3.
That's a lot of charisma at level 3.
Well, yeah, and so he, like I said, he has a 1 perfect roll, and he put that into charisma. So originally it's 18, but with Fizban's book, which is the dragon book, with the Dragonborn, you can actually add 2 to whatever stat that you want, depending on what dragon you are.
So he's just dumping it,
he put it straight into charisma, and like, yeah.
I love it.
I'm glad that he wasn't be like, I intimidate this guy, I intimidate this guy, I intimidate this guy. I'm glad that he hasn't just gone like fucking every single time.
I can appreciate that too. I had a player. He was he's been on stream before. Julian. He built a tiefling witch.
Okay.
And not an overly powerful whatever, but he had among other things, like he had I think it was like a what the fuck was it? It was a centipede familiar.
Oh wow!
So it would do little like poison damage. But his whole thing was his main hex, like that free ability you can use like once per enemy or whatever, was sleep.
Oh jeez.
So just you get into a fight, it's like, all right, I use my thing to put them to sleep. I roll my thing, I would fail. They fall asleep. He goes over, coup de grace.
Are you kidding me? Really?
And he built the character that way, as like that's how they're gonna fight, which I don't fault him for, because it was just like, this could be a neat way to build a fighter, not fighter, but like a character. So I appreciate the idea that he had a concept, which is neat, but it's just, you get into these fights, it's like, all right, here's this big fucking monster, this should be a good fight. It's like, and then he falls asleep, and then I go over and I bite his throat out while he's sleeping. I was like, okay,
all right.
Because he's a guy who had a lot of years under his belt, and I think that's part of it was just to see if he could make it work. So I think he was just kind of playing around a bit. But also, they're the ones that know all the little rules of, I can make this work, I can do that, and then just go like, sir, you're too clever for this table.
You're too clever. Okay. Just give me a quick sec. I'm just gonna go to the washroom for a quick sec.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have Cleo, so I can't just like have it on intermission and have Cleo just be there. Unfortunately.
I'm just gonna read your encounters out loud until you get back. So after this encounter, the party eliminates all but one bandit, the battle will stop. Can interrogate the last bandit and will lead to why they stole it. Does he say why they stole it? They took it because they are trying to replace the shipment and make counterfeits from it and distribute it further into the land. Yeah, fair. Why would they do that? MetaVB, are y'all doing geeky things? Hey! I like that you waited until Colston left to go to the bathroom before you said anything. Yeah, he's prepping for his next session with his team of D&D people. And Ash has got to work on Calgary stuff. Joyce and Arash are in LA right this minute. So I was like, hey, Colston, I got an idea for a really easy stream. It's like, do you still have any prep for your campaign? He's like, yeah, I still got a bit of prep for that. I was like, let's just do a thing. We'll just talk about tabletop for a couple hours. And then I slept in.
The witch?
We took a nap and then we did wake up. MetaBB's here.
Oh, hey, MetaBB.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just learning about Colston's method, and I'm just chiming in with some comedic anecdotes from my times with a wide assortment of wacky peoples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much better at researching this.
Yeah. Payment stuff on a Square chip.
Oh.
Oof.
I know Ash is looking into that stuff right now too, like the Square payment things.
Honestly, just connect it to your phone, and if you have a headphone piece, there used to be like this headphone jack where you can just swipe your card through that.
That's the problem. Is phones are getting too damn clever now, so you can't just plug a damn thing into the headphone jack.
Yeah.
They don't got headphone jacks no more.
Yeah, it's true.
So if we had an Apple device, we could do that. But in any case, I think last time Ash looked at all the Square swipies were sold out. So
Okay.
we're working on it, but that we might end up doing that, getting the same thing, the full iPad and stand set up.
Yeah, that's what Nicole has at her work, where they have something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Anyways, to quickly wrap up, because I'm looking at the time and we got thrown off on that. But anyway, so basically they go through and they have to basically figure out, or if they did beat everyone and all the bandits, they get to learn that the bandits took it because they're trying to replicate the shipment and make counterfeits and distribute it further into the land. They're just making counterfeits, which is actually the theme to this arc. Is like there's a big counterfeit ring. So, anyways,
Von bandits. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And they ask like, why would they do that? The bandit doesn't know. He was just told to do his job. And then, so if they get magically taken by those brambles, they go automatically there. But if they defeat it, they actually gain a little bit of backstory. And then once they're in there, they have to figure out where that shipment is. And when they do find it on the boss room, basically, and even in here, you see how there's anvils and there's a large forge?
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So they're trying to replicate it, and if they can't replicate it, they toss it into the forge, and that forge is a greater mimic.
Okay, do the bandits know that?
Bandits know that.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna fight it. We're gonna fight a greater mimic, and they're gonna do it.
So you get there. So it's bandit captain, greater mimic, and 2 bandits.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find where their boss is. Ultimate teleparty is in Korik. Best lead is in Steelix at Korik.
Yep.
Cool.
So if we go into the table of contents,
Those brambles are mean.
Brambles are fucking mean. But they don't get any damage. They're just like basically magically constricted and then thrown into the ground, basically. And so, anyways, the kingdom.
The atmosphere.
Yeah. So the kingdom of Korik is actually a multi-district as you go down. So as I've read it, is that inside the kingdom itself, it's like a spiral leading down. At the entrance of the kingdom, it starts as a large opening inside the mountains, and a large path that winds around along the walls lowers down into the bottom. At the bottom is the center of Korik. the Lycanrock district, where the royals are. On the way to the bottom, there are 4 districts: Mareep, Mudsdale, Calmby, and Steelix. And yes, all of those are Pokemon names.
I was just thinking, like, Lycanrock's like, wait a minute, isn't that a fucking Pokemon?
It sure is.
It sure fucking is.
Sure is.
So a whole bunch of cities just named after Pokemon. You know what?
Yep.
Not the weirdest thing. Not the weirdest thing. Not the weirdest thing. If it works, it works.
And then I've described each of the districts. But anyway, so Steelix is the district nicknamed after a large creature of myth. It was said that this creature fell from the sky after a battle with another beast. This creature had tried to protect its kind. So I'm kind of making it almost like a Steelix Rayquaza kind of deal.
Okay.
But anyway, so then after it was defeated in battle, but it was able to protect its kinsman. So in the process, when he died, he just like hit the ground so fucking hard that he just buried itself further into the ground, and he returned to the rock and soil and bore fruit to crystals, gemstones, and non-native rock. So like only in Steelix is like weird gemstones and stuff. And this is also where some of the legendary Korok tools sprang from, another lore thing. And so that's where they kind of get more hints of why they have to go there. So when they go to Korok and they find the lead of going to that, they find out who the man is behind this entire counterfeit ring, and his name is Daunton. And he's the man who is actually overseeing this entire counterfeit ring. And so basically, the only thing that I've written for him is that his ranks, he was risen through the ranks and seemingly vanished overnight. So so his lore to him is actually he's a decorated guardsman for the royal family, but suddenly, after the last Sunless Fen, he just disappeared. He just gone. He's been gone for almost 60 years. Like no one's seen him from his original post, but he's been doing some shady things. And so the party has to stop him from running more counterfeits in Korok. So that's like the whole thing. You have to find him, do some fights, maybe figure out some more things, lore stuff.
Yeah. And
then the next chapter, You're Not Where You're Supposed to Be, is that Daunton kidnaps the king, because then he figures out why his counterfeits are not working. And in that same chapter, you learn that for any of the counterfeits to work, is you actually have to have a legendary tool. And for him to create these counterfeits, he doesn't want to take anything that's known, because they're widely known. If these legendary tools are gone, well, everyone's like, where is it going to be? And he doesn't want to make a panic, so he tries to make it himself. So he's trying to get the materials to make these tools to make counterfeits.
Yeah, it's a fun idea.
Right? So by doing that, he needs to perform what's called the Kadai Velt.
Like a dandelion.
Yeah. And it's a ritual performed by royal blood and the Fey goddess sisters that live in the forest of Edania. And then once that ritual is performed, they can get it. But there is going to be a lore between the two Fey sisters, because to do that, there used to be 2 sisters that did this ritual with the royal family. Then after one sister decided, I'm kind of bored of this, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And the other sister goes, no, we need to do this. We need to do this. And the other sister's like, nah, no. Mm-mm. And so, yeah. It's a fighting back and forth. Anyways, so then they have to find Daunton. Daunton's like, you know what, I haven't tried royal blood. Let's go kidnap the king. And then you have to go find him and then rescue the king. And then go from there. Yeah. But I'm running out of time, so.
Yeah.
But yes. But that's kind of like the whole thing. And so I have mostly what I want, but I haven't like rolled my random loot yet for them for tomorrow. But I don't think they're gonna take any much longer than chapter 2.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward, so I think reasonably you should be able to get this done as long as no one stops and gets distracted by something stupid.
No, I don't think so either, but at the same time, like, I still gotta build like encounters. I gotta make sure the lore is all proper. And besides, like, even on World Anvil, like, I have all these different things, like the Korok sigil, like those are basically the stamps of what makes Korok equipment what they are. I have what the Sunless Fen is and the history of that. Where is it located? What's the forest and where that's located? I have all of those ready to go for people. I even have
Hank Williams.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's so fun. Let's see. Yeah, I have the Dwarvic Kingdom. View. So, like, I have the Dwarven Kingdom of Korok, and also the different maps for the different districts that they go in. You can even click on, you know, what the Torgath Mountains is, and there's where it is. There's also the Torgath Basin that I've named, where Genus is, and a little bit of history, geography, where it is, who are the founders, and then and then they can even look up like what the Sunless Fen is, where, like, because it's from the deep fens. But yeah, stuff like that. And like even the name, like the nicknames after it and stuff like that. So yeah.
As Matthew was saying, had nearly no experience with D&D Beyond Stump's Hero Squad, and how many times everyone in that has derailed Price's plans for what he figured was going to happen each session, but it's always really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of the tricky things. I've certainly struggled with that, where it's like the session didn't go in the direction you intended it to go, and kind of went off the rails. And and on one hand, you're just like, this isn't what we need to be doing. You guys need to be focusing on this area. But at the same time, if everyone is having fun, you're just kind of like, okay, I guess this is fine, because like in the end, everyone's having fun, so you know the game is still going well, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then sometimes your players are just dumbasses, and I still can't get over the one day where it's just like the gist of it was, I got, you know, like there's a dire wolf that attacked this traveling group, and they're terrified, and there's a big wolf out there, so we gotta take care of this wolf. And they went out, they followed the tracks of the wolf, and they found it, and they killed it. And in my mind, it's just like, the job is done, go back, be like, the wolf is dead, we're safe again. And immediately all of them were just like, that can't be it. We gotta find out if there's more wolves or something. And then they were literally like, they literally just started walking in random directions. And like, I think back to it now, I probably could have caught that sooner. I could have either just, as a person, just be like, I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up, there's nothing else out there, if I wanted to go meta on that. Or I could have, I eventually let them like wander in the woods for like the whole damn day until I was like, and then you find a den with some dire wolf cubs. You suspect they will die of starvation in the next few days. You know, there's some shit like that. And they're like, oh, I guess we're done now. But just like, they literally was like, all right, let's try going north. And I'm just like, why? You have nothing to encourage you. Like, it's like, I want to look for traps. You don't find any tracks. Okay, we'll just randomly go until we find something. I'm just like, please don't.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I look back at that. I realize there's ways I could have gone around them, but just at the time, I'm just like, God, are you guys fucking kidding me? it's a learning curve. It was a learning, like that was one of my earlier sessions with those guys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. This is funny.
Yeah,
It is now.
Well, it's at least with them, like they kind of know that they're not going too hard on some things.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not like terribly mind about that. I really don't, because at the end of the day, they also want to have fun, and I've tried to like build it in such a way where they can see it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. But like, yeah. Anyways, so like that's basically what the whole thing is. But like I've even got to the point where, you know, I've kind of said what the history of like what the Sunless Fen is. Yeah. It's basically a disaster. It happens approximately every 72 years.
Okay.
Or 62, sorry. And so the whole bit is that they're pretty close to the next one, so they have to go all around the realm in maybe a year or two, and then when they come back, like the Sunless Fen is on, it's working.
So winter is coming.
Basically, and so hopefully by the time they return to Genus, they can be like, okay, we got it, because at the very end, of this, they resolve the ring. And then they get told by the alchemist of the royal family, like, hey, I got something I need to tell you guys since you've been here and since you know this stuff now. And then it tells like the rest of where the plot holes and the loops that were a little bit too long, and it's all tied up. So yeah, I didn't realize how much talking I did, so I'm kind of looking at this and going, oops. But
okay.
But yeah, so it's basically originally I thought that this would be a funny idea where the two goddess sisters, I even wrote it down, where a faction of dwarves broke off from Korik to be ruled on the flagna of the royal family that is set roughly 460 years ago. The faction decided to reside underneath the forest, led by Daunton, as he has a vision of ways to craft legendary tools that rivaled Korik. Daunton later sold off the idea for greed, as he wanted money to start a city, so he basically wants to do something else. But so then that's created a civil war between Korik and Ro Yen, which is his dwarven faction, which is where the counterfeit ring is. And then what I did for the sisters is that they're a guarded dwarven royal secret. It's an old family pact. It's called the Kadai Velt, which is this blood ritual, to obtain precious materials from the forest to help the dwarven royal family combine wood and fey materials to create dwarven tools that spawn legendary weapons that can help resist the Sunless Fen. And so the royal family entered into this pact with the two goddess sisters, Muir and Royen, or Royen. So get it, the dwarven faction of Royen.
Yeah.
Daunton just misheard her name, so it's like Royen. Okay, no, my name is Royen. You know what? You've already left. That's fine.
A little cute.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay.
So. Yeah, and so that's what the kind of story, why everything's kind of happened over the years. So it's just,
not bad.
Yeah.
You've definitely put a lot more work into world building than I ever did. I had my overall thing in place, and I basically every like city state in the region, I was able to be like, oh, that's where the archers come from. Oh yeah, that's the rich one because they got the mines.
Right.
Like, this one's famous for the soldiers. This one's famous for the trade and their navy. I was like, and everyone is like, so founded in the year 378, before the time of this era. Blah 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 blah. I think for me it was just like, I know who these guys are. I know they just want to go out there and like kill shit and collect shit. So I don't have to go too hard on the lore. Just enough lore to keep things going, and that that there's enough that I planned something out, but I don't think my guys would have been nearly as interested in like this level of world building. But you know,
Yeah.
they your crew sounds a bit more sophisticated.
Well, they kind of enjoy their stories a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like, it's not bad. It's just I wanted to kind of give them because there are a few people that are playing with me that are like, why, how come?
Yeah.
And so
you need
like,
answers for them. Because, yeah. Yeah.
But like, I haven't told them yet that after a sunless fen, what happens is when the portal closes around the area, basically it spawns gemstones around, and it's not native. And these gemstones are a reflection of the king that was ruling during or before the sunless fen. So I even made a little thing where it's not on here. Did I close it out? Nope. There we go. So I did a thing where there we go. So in the Choric Sigil one, which is something that they haven't seen yet because I haven't published it, but
Right.
basically I wrote a number between the gemstones, and like this is, and I didn't realize, or I'm making it as like the worth of that king or queen during that time. So like the first is like amethyst, which is a 7. His sun is 7.5, a little better. And then like the one after that is a 10, the diamond. And then after that, obsidian. And then there was not a really good one. That's why I put antarcticite, which is a real gemstone that was actually found in Antarctica by doing some pressurized tests, and it's actually basically crystallized water that is gemstone property. It's an actual gemstone. Either that or I'm gonna put phosphililite, but I'll figure it out. And then the most recent is topaz. So all of them actually give them when they're made with these gemstones that come from this sunless fen to make these tools. If they strike hammers, the Choric Sigil is actually colored by that gemstone. And you can only do more work on it if it's the same tool. As soon as you put a different tool to it, it just breaks it and you gotta start all over again. Yeah.
That's a fun idea.
So like there's that, and then there's also, I haven't revealed that there's that you have to go to a great anvil to apply elemental properties to it.
Okay.
So like if you go to the fire grand anvil, you can add fire properties to it, or have the ability to put like a fire spell into it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make that as an actual mechanic. But the thing is that they don't know is that the grand anvils are the corpses of the past kings.
Yeah.
So like during the Kadai Vel, which is that ritual, they get conformed and transmuted into this anvil.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's
That's
guarded.
why.
It's a guarded
So that's
secret.
Yeah. So every generation is like a new king comes in, and that's how this. Oh, that's actually really wild.
And that's why sunless fens are so bad, because people like have deep empathy over everybody, and especially the royal family, because somebody goes missing, but it's a well-kept secret. Some people are like, this doesn't make sense, but like it's a kept conspiracy almost. So yeah. Anyways,
That's a
but so I've talked my ear off on this, but I'm gonna leave you gonna ski doodle because I'm way past the time that I said I would. I just kept talking.
That's okay. This is neat, and like I said, it's fun to when you work in a vacuum, you don't have anything to compare with or like to get new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of seeing what you've done, it's neat to see how your method comes in.
Yeah.
So just comparing with my own when I was running the game. So I think it's interesting as hell.
Well, you do have all the links. You even have the World Anvil, so you can read up more on that.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You can read some of that stuff. But yeah, that's basically all of it, ready to go, kind of thing. Yeah.
I like your little bit here with the ideas that you need to implement eventually.
Yeah, I just thought that it would just be fun to have somewhere in the adventure.
Yeah.
And so like that's why I put all of those. So like, yeah, I really like the drunk old woman that tells you that you're beautiful and stuff, and it turns out that she's an oracle and everything she says is right. So I just thought that was just so fucking funny.
Yvonne, we're just wrapping up. You got here too late.
Oh no.
Yvonne has actually written things for Paizo.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's cool. What was it? Was it an adventure you wrote, or was it like it was like a module or something, right? I think.
Several things actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
Like, what was one of the ideas that I was like, no, I really want to do this. I think I really just came up with shit along the way. Like mine was again very like classic, like ancient kind of ideas. So I was like, I gotta put him in a Minotaur maze. I gotta put him in a labyrinth.
Yeah.
And I just like them hitting dead ends and just this Minotaur just like bulldozing them when they're cornered, and then fucking off, and then getting them the next time they run into a corner again.
Mm-hmm.
There's like stuff like that.
I wanted to do a bunch of like dungeons that were like Legend of Zelda, so like a style of dungeon in D&D, but they'd need to find a tool that helps them get through the rest of it that only works there, and then
so much planning,
and then suddenly like evaporate as soon as you leave with it.
That's so much planning.
I know, but like I thought it would be like pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, that was one thing I did. I made them fight I want to say it was a white. It was one of the undeads that doesn't like sunlight, like big time. And I just remember the entire session I kept describing just like what time of day it was. So where was the sun right now? And then they get into this tower, and if you go down, you're gonna fight swarms of bugs, and you got to use fire and shit to take care of it. Or you eventually get to the top floor, and you're gonna fight this thing. Maybe it was a wraith. Was it? Maybe it was a wraith. Either way, it's just like they get to the top, and they're slowly poking their way up to the top, and eventually the wraith is just like, I know you're there, just come on up. Yeah. And then they get to the top, and I'm describing this top floor of this tower, and I'm mentioning that there's kind of there's a doorway to a balcony facing eastwards, and I was always really specific about that. And then eventually they started fighting the wraith, and they were suffering like ability point damage and shit because it's a wraith and stuff like that, or dealing with the fact that it's undead, so they like their weapons weren't really working against it properly. And then eventually one of them thinks to like, all right, I'm gonna bash open this door to this balcony because you keep talking about this all the time. I was like, the fucking barbarian player is the guy that took the hit, that understood the assignment. Boom, beam of light comes through the door, like just a column of a row of light across the tiles, and the wraith didn't like that. It's like, okay, I'm gonna smash the shit out of these brittle like cracked up ancient walls that you keep describing to let more light in. It's like, there you go. There you go. So sometimes you get that concept for a cool encounter, and then it goes.
That still seems pretty good, man.
Yeah, no, I think Wraith is a cool, like anything like where it's like you need to be like, no, I gotta let more sunlight in. Like those are cool fights. Hydras by concept are fun as long as they don't get like one and done by like one massive hit, which has happened in all of my fucking games.
Yeah.
I don't know if 5th hydras are a bit sturdy or not.
They're okay.
Like you want them to chop off the heads and burn them shut one by one by one by one. They're like, I'm attack the body with like everything I got, and then they just nuke it once. It's like, all right.
It's pretty much.
It's just the mechanics don't justify the need to go through it like dramatically. It's just hard. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Oh. Players for a game drop black slime into a hydra pit. Yeah, that would work.
Yo, that's fucked up.
Hey man, if you got something, you better do it.
Yeah. No, there's always fun ideas.
Yeah.
As long as you got people that you think will understand how to implement the idea. That's not overly fair to them, actually. I shouldn't say it like that. they had some clunkers, man. Like, this is the campaign where Roger bought a squad of slaves. This was the one. The legendary story of Machete buying slaves.
Oh yeah, that one.
I had to write side stories because of that fucker about slaves. I didn't plan on that, and suddenly I had to write about slaves. Anyways,
I gotta get going though. But
yeah, you get out of here. We can talk about it. We can talk more. If like, it's very likely this week is gonna be a lot of like less stuff. Like since the other two have fucked off.
What's even gonna happen tomorrow? Nothing.
Probably nothing. We'll see. Maybe
because I'll be at work. I won't be able to take up.
Yeah, if we get some inspiration, we'll see if we want to fill in those extra days for Joyce and Arash, since they already away from home.
Yeah.
Enjoying the poolside at the hotel and breathing in that delicious LA smog.
Days of my shades. Days of the shades.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how the rest of our stream schedule goes. Because again, eventually, like, closer to the end of the month, like almost all of us are going to be in Calgary for Calgary Expo.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So it's either going to be another weekend of Colston, or I don't know. We'll probably try to stream from Calgary at some point.
Yeah, we could probably just.
I'm sure we could.
See if we can. But anyways, I think we're gonna say goodnight. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a little bit later than I wanted to and thought I had. But you guys are great. Thank you so much for joining. A little bit talking around. I've been Colston the Daring Player Squad. I also have my buddy James over here in New West.
Of course, always.
And everyone is unfortunately busy. But we'll get back to a normal stream schedule soon. We'll see what we can do. But again, we got lots of ways for you guys to connect to us. We got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, YouTube for our archives. If you want to get direct contact, probably their best bets is Twitter, Instagram, or Discord as our better bets to get to us. And then we always try to message you guys within hopefully the same day. If
usually happens.
If someone, i.e. me, doesn't forget. And then so for the rest of the week, just keep a look on our Discord, because we will announce our what we're doing on there. But just expect a light week for us on coming up, just because of what's things.
Yeah, we just winging it.
Yeah,
we just winging it.
Anyways, so thank you so much for joining me. Just a reminder of what happened last week. All rights are good rights, so we do support our friends.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I hope you guys stay safe out there. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye for then.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.